Okay. So first, can I have you say and spell your first and last name?
Samantha Ruber, Samantha, Ruber, Ruber.
Perfect. All right. So Samantha, how has your experience been on the trip so far?
It's been amazing. It's definitely something I will never forget, and definitely more than I anticipated.
Perfect. What's been your favorite part of the trip so far?
Probably the castle, maybe even the Rock of Cashel. It's definitely easier to hike at the very beginning. I definitely have loved a lot of the cool castles and ruins that we have seen. But I think those, first few, Blarney, Rock of Cashel, and the castle are probably my favorites so far.
Marvelous. And on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the Atomic Team, 10 being the highest, and why?
Definitely 10. They definitely go above and beyond. Anything you need, just ask, and they will somehow figure out how to make it happen. Definitely above and beyond.
And tell me about the hotels and the castle stays. How have those been?
Wonderful. Honestly, my favorite hotels were probably Cork, and we also stayed in the Snug. I really liked the Snug. Of course, less room for my luggage, but I actually loved being a short person. How snug I was in the Snug. So, of course, the castle's just amazing, but that's kind of a whole different level of travel that I will never do again and never expected to do in the first place. So.
Fair enough. And how's the food been, and what are some of your favorite meals that you've had?
Okay, so I definitely had some delicious meals in Cork. I remember the first few meals. I was absolutely amazed. Really, all the desserts have been great, and there was a Caesar salad that was amazing, which it's a Caesar salad. You wouldn't think it could be amazing, but and the ribs in Cork were absolutely out of this world because it wasn't like a spicy barbecue sauce like we'd have back home. So, and definitely some good soups because, it's cold here. Definitely need some soups to warm up.
Marvelous. And lastly, is there anything you would like to add or say?
Not that I can think of.
Fair enough. Okay, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'll go ahead and take that mic.
Yep.
You were free to go, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Glad you decided to do this.
I'm sure more people will now that they're like, oh, that can be shouldered. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. Okay. So, first, can I have you say your first and last name and spell?
Joy Crowers, JoyCrowers.
Perfect. So, let's just dive right into it. How has the trip experience been for you so
Magical.
far? Why is that?
Well, when I thought about visiting Ireland, I thought about, what I knew about the country, which was not a whole lot. And I feel like through this experience, I've really gained a sincere appreciation for not only the majestic beauty of this country, but also the culture and the people and the food and the customs. It's been educational and inspiring, and I want to buy a book now on Ireland and learn more about the country. So,
Fair enough. What's been your favorite part so far of the trip?
oh, that's so tricky. I think my favorite part was ringing in the new year because it was just so emotional and so special. I think it's so hard to describe. I think also just being able to see so much, being able to go places I would not have normally gone. I feel like if I came to Ireland on my own, I'd probably fly into Dublin and see a few things that are touristy. I don't think I would have been able to coordinate something that is as immersive as this experience has been. So I love that about it as well. I think just meeting so many quality people, especially Sabrina and Matt and yourself. I felt very there were times I was able to face fears. Like I have a fear of heights, I have a fear of small spaces, and you know, just like navigating some of the hiking, navigating some of the castles, and just feeling very safe and taken care of and comforted by everyone here, and just being supported, the teamwork that's gone into everything. I'm very grateful for it.
Well, that's actually goes right into my next question I was going to ask. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how would you rate the atomic team, that being Sabrina, and why?
12. And that is because of the compassion, the care, the seeing the itinerary, and even the flexibility that we've had, the changes we've had to make on the fly due to weather. It boggles my mind the amount of time, effort it would have taken to plan something like this. The amount of care that has gone into this, the amount of like keeping us on schedule, keeping us all safe, keeping us where we need to be. The amount of activities we've done, the amount of even like the food selection, like thinking of folks that may have different dietary restrictions, like just the amount of care and planning that went into this it really is mind-boggling. And I think they've done a sensational job. And I'd be more grateful.
Speaking of the food, I was actually going to ask about that. How have the meals been? What's been your favorite?
So good. I think my favorite thing I've had the entire time I've been here was from the very first night. And one of the options on the menu was this mushroom pastry. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not a big mushroom fan. Until now. Until now. If I could have those mushrooms every day of my life, I would for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. They were so good. All of the meals have been amazing. We've had a mix of like the traditional with the newer like culinary explosion that's happened in Ireland with some of the different restaurants that we visited. Everything's been so good. I got to try sheep's milk cheese, which I'd never had before. I feel like I got a taste of Ireland, but also there were so many options available that fit my personal tastes and my comfort level with food. So it was delicious. Everything was so good. Like, oh my goodness. Especially the salmon was really good too. I guess we get the fresh seafood in Ireland. But yeah, everything I tasted was above expectations. It was amazing.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And so, how has the stay been at the hotels and this castle?
It's been really good. I think that we've had very kind folks at the different hotels. Even at the snug where things were a little bit more of a smaller space, I think they were really well designed, and they were right in the middle of all the action. It made it super great to navigate New Year's. With some of the bathrooms being like at the different clubs, obviously there's a line. Being able to run back to the hotel quickly, use the bathroom and come back, like that was a game changer. It also made coming home safe and easy. We were able to, stay together. The castle has been majestic. I was definitely, honestly, a little bit apprehensive about sharing a space with so many people. As an introvert, I prefer my own space. But Sabrina and Matt were able to immediately quell my nerves with beautiful cocktails, and I adjusted much better than I thought I would. It's been an incredible experience, and something I could have never imagined, like doing on my own or having an opportunity to do without Atomic Tours. It's unreal. It's a fairy tale. So very, very cool. Very grateful.
Love that. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you'd like to add?
I would just like to say thank you for, I'm going to try not to cry. Thank you for this experience. It is unreal and beautiful and incredible. I dreamed of visiting Europe, and it's been better than I could have expected. So, thank you.
Great. And that's it.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
This is not in my hand. This is not on my ears. I mean, I'm talking to you. I'm not ignoring you. I'm
Got
actually
it.
hearing you even better than usual.
Got it. Okay.
So,
Great.
but yeah, so the first thing I ask is, what is your first and last name, and can you spell it for me?
My first name is Janelle, Janelle. My last name is Snodgrass, Snodgrass.
Perfect. All right. So, how has your experience on the trip been so far?
It has been wonderful. I really enjoyed meeting everybody, but also Matt and Sabrina have been really great about coordinating everything and just making sure that we have everything that we need when we need it.
Perfect. What's been your favorite part?
My favorite part has been the Cliffs of Moher, but then also the Rock of Fischel has been really nice too.
Marvelous. So, if you could, how would you rate the Atomic team from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest? Where would you put them and why?
I would absolutely rate them a 10. They have been incredibly accommodating. Like I said, everything that we've needed, they have thought of 10 steps ahead. They've had us give them grocery lists and they've tried to find it, and then anything that they've had to coordinate as far as the buses and the rides and then the tours. I haven't had to think about or do anything, and it's truly been an incredible experience.
And speaking of them thinking ahead for you and doing those accommodations, how have the hotels and staying at this castle been for you?
The castle has been wonderful. It's been literally a dream come true. Who doesn't want to stay at a castle, right? So it's been really great. And then the hotels have been, it's given us kind of a little piece of each of the towns, and I really appreciated that a lot.
Marvelous. And speaking of a little piece of towns and culture
Yes.
and everything, how has the food been? What's been your favorite?
The food has been incredible. It's actually been quite similar to home. In the Midwest, it's a very meat and potatoes kind of cuisine, and it's been very similar here. So I feel like I'm kind of at home. I feel like I could just up and move here. But my favorite has actually been the soups. I've really enjoyed the soups a lot. They've been incredibly flavorful, particularly the tomato and basil that we had last night. It's been wonderful.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. Okay. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you would like to add?
I think the experience as a whole has been absolutely incredible. Just Ireland has been a country that I've always wanted to visit, and they have made it possible for that opportunity to come.
Wonderful. And that's it, Jenna.
Great.
Easy as that.
Yay!
Yay! That great. Okay.
I've never done like a little interview before. Oh my god.
Oh yeah?
It's real fancy.
It's really easy. You just look at me, we're just having a conversation. Nothing.
Don't notice that.
None of that's going on.
Sure.
So if I could just have you say and spell your first and last name.
Okay, Megan Biddle, Meganbidle.
Perfect. So, how has your experience been so far on the trip?
It has been wonderful, amazing. I didn't know what I was going to be walking into, but it has been smooth sailing since I got off the plane, thankfully. And this country is just absolutely beautiful. It's been so fun.
Marvelous. What's been your favorite part?
Probably seeing so many castles. Like, it's just a regular occurrence where you're just in the bus and all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's a castle, just casual. And everything's just so old. Since I'm from America really isn't that old of a country. And there aren't landmarks as old as here. So the history is just...
What's been your favorite castle so far from CC?
Probably Blarney. There was just a lot there, and it was just beautiful on the outside, and it smelled good. Like the fresh rain, and then the little stream or river that was there. It just, great.
So, if you could, we would like to know for the Atomic team,
Sure.
if you could put them on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how would you rate them and why?
Absolutely a 10, because this has just been an incredible experience. Sabrina and Matt have gone above and beyond. They have been so helpful and just so sweet, making sure that we have everything that we need, that we feel comfortable in any situation that we've been in, like weather-wise. I mean, even down to like making sure we're healthy. Like, do you need like a power shot in the morning or something? Or does everyone have their coffee, water? And that has just been amazing, that they're not just like, oh yeah, I'm your tour guide, but you guys just like do whatever, we don't really care. No, they're like, are you guys good? Are you having a good time? And I wasn't really sure, honestly, what to expect from Sabrina and Matt, but they have been 10 out of 10 recommend. Yeah.
So, how have the hotels and the castle stay been for you, for the accommodations, all that?
Really good. I like how each hotel has been so different. You have some that have like an old-timey, vintagey feel, and then you have some that are like very modern. Like the Snug, like that was a cute spot. Like it was snug. But yeah, even the people at the hotels, like super nice and accommodating. Never felt unsafe at any of these places. Like even when we did stuff in like pubs, and like Sabrina and Matt always made sure that we felt comfortable. No one was weirding us out at the bars. That's always good. But yeah, hotels, restaurants have just been great choices.
Right. And how's the food and how's the meals? What's been your favorite?
It's been so good. I am probably gonna hate food back in America after eating all this stuff. I would say one of my favorites was the sticky toffee pudding. Oh my gosh, it was so good. The seafood, you can tell that it really is fresh. I mean, because we're on an island. First time today, I had salmon for breakfast. Never thought I would say that. But yeah, food has been great. Yeah, everything has been good.
I agree. I had a salmon in my bagel. That was interesting. Like,
right.
They're like, you want salmon for your bagel? I was like, you say that
do I?
Say that one more time?
Yeah, I've seen places where they'll do like lox or whatever they call it, but I've never actually had it because it sounded strange. But after having it this morning, I was like, I can see why people would like this. Get some protein for your breakfast.
Cool.
In a fancy way.
Okay. Well, is there any final thoughts or anything you'd like to add?
Just that it's been incredible, and I am so thankful for this experience, and so thankful that everyone's just been so kind. Like even the group that I have come here with, like all of us, we just look out for each other, and it's been a really special experience, and I recommend it to all. If anyone who is like scared to do something like this, I say just do it. This was my first time going on an international trip, and it has been wonderful. So recommend it.
Well, thank you so much, Minnie.
Awesome! Thank you! This specifically, but like...
It kind of varies, but this kind of stuff, yeah, I do this kind of stuff all the time.
That's awesome.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
So we're going to go ahead and start off with your first and last name.
Okay.
And ask you to say it and spell it.
Okay. My name is Susan Moskal. First name spelled S-U-S-A-N. Last name spelled M-O-S-K-A-L.
Marvelous. Okay. So, how has your experience been on this trip so far?
It's been really good. Everyone's been really nice. Like everyone on the trip, as well as everyone that's been planning the trip. I feel like the trip's been very like well thought out. We've seen a lot in like a little bit of time, and it's nice that like mostly everything is taken care of. So yeah.
What's been your favorite part on the trip?
I feel like the castle, just because it's more like chill-ish. We're not like running out the door at 9 a.m. packing our suitcase, getting on the bus, then coming back.
Fair enough. And how has your stay been at the castle?
Beautiful. It's been nice, yeah. Everything's really nice, really pretty. The grounds are beautiful.
100%. Have you enjoyed any of the hotels as well?
Yeah, the hotels were good. The only one that was like was the Snug, was just small, but we were only there for a night, so like it was fine.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. And if you could rate the Atomic team, that being Matt and Sabrina, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you, 10 being the highest, how would you rate them and why?
A 10.
because even considering Matt was going to carry me today so that my shoes didn't get dirty, like that's above and beyond in my opinion. And also like they're just so welcoming, kind, and will help you in any way. Like if I was like, oh, I need to find this, they'd be like, oh, you can go to this store and get this, or like if we need anything, they're running out of the store for us. We planned the trip very well. They were like Sabrina was very helpful before the trip with like helping me get a flight, because I ended up booking my flight through Aer Lingus, not American. So then I saved like $400, $500, which is amazing. So yeah, the 10 out of 10 is amazing. Super helpful with everything and just make the experience amazing.
Marvelous.
Yeah.
That's great. Glad to hear she did that. Actually, it's the first I've heard about it.
Yeah.
So.
I last minute booked it on like Black Friday, and I was like, crap, I need to get a flight. I'd been like holding off on getting one.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, that's right. I was going to ask also, how have the meals been, and what's been your favorite meal?
The meals have been good. I feel like it's been a good balance of like not too much food, but like just enough. I like the breakfast is kind of like not a set time most of the time, and we're just like going and grabbing it when we can, and we can eat on the bus if we have to. Like, definitely makes the hectic mornings a lot easier. And I feel like the food here is the best. But maybe it's because I'm like fully diving into the food here more than I was at the other places, because like I'm like, well, it's all grown here. Like I have to try it, versus like some of the restaurants I was like, I'm kind of picky. So, but I like that there's options too. So yeah. Yeah.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
And then just make sure I didn't forget anything. Okay. And then finally, is there anything you would like to add? Any final thoughts you have?
No. No, I don't know.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you, Pamela.
So do you do film as full time?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Kind of a bit of everything. Just depends on what a company asks me to
Like
do.
contract?
Recording. Okay. So you're gonna ignore the camera. It's not
Okay.
there. This is a conversation between you and me. But first thing I'm gonna ask is, can you say and spell your first and last name? for
Sure.
me?
So Brittany Reamer, Brittaney, Reamer.
Perfect. All right. So how has your trip been so far?
It's been amazing. So really glad I came on this. So
Marvelous. And what's been your favorite part of it so far?
I think my favorite part so far was checking out all the castles. So, because I love medieval history kind of stuff, so it was really cool to get to see a lot of like that Gaelic history with castles.
Perfect. And which castle is your favorite so far?
I think my favorite was the one that we actually saw yesterday that we weren't supposed to go to. But just because it was like, it got blown up like almost 1,000 years ago or something like that, and I was like, oh, cool. But like, I don't know, it looked really cool, so.
Yeah.
But it hasn't been used since. It's just been sitting as a ruin, so yeah.
100%. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the Atomic team, 10 being the highest, and why?
So I would say 10 because they were super helpful, very knowledgeable, and they definitely know how to put an itinerary together. Kept you busy all the time for sure, so sleeping was not part of the plan some nights. But yeah, no, it's been great, and we got to do a lot of really cool things. So.
Marvelous. And can you tell me a little bit about the hotels and castles that you've been staying at, how those have been?
The hotels have been really nice. As far as I'm concerned, I don't stay in the nicest of hotels, so but these hotels were like awesome. They were all pretty. Definitely had some like old school vibes to them and stuff. And the castle's been great. So just getting to like hang out in like, I don't know, cool castle. Like last night we had the dining room with all the candy and stuff around it. And we just like hung out and had some glasses of wine and chatted all night with the group that we were all here together with. So yeah, it was really nice having some chill time here.
Nice. How has the food been, by the way, and what's been your favorite meal?
So the food's been really good. I think one of my favorite meals was actually the venison. that we've had here at the castle. I hardly ever get venison because it's hard to find in like the area of the U.S. that I'm from. It's not a common item on a menu anywhere, so it was cool just getting to like have that. So, and I like venison.
Okay. And is there any final thoughts you would like to add?
Not that anything that I can think of. I've just had a really awesome time. So it's been a long time since I've gotten to travel internationally, and the cost was not bad at all. So, and we were here for like 10 days, and it was great. So, yeah.
Well, thank you so much.
Oh yeah, thank you.
That's it. Easy as that, huh?
Yeah. Sweet.
I'll take that back.
Yeah.
Alright. So, if I could just have you say and spell your first and last name for me.
Yep, great job. Andrea Yashbak. Yeah, I looked in the camera.
That's all good.
Yeah, no, so my name's Andrea Yashbak. Andrea. Yeah, and then a whole lot of letters. Like a bunch. Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. So how has your experience been on the trip so far?
It's been amazing. And all the hikes and all the old castles, the tour guides, and yeah, even staying here. It's been great. Yeah.
Awesome. How has your stay been here at the castle, huh? Have you been enjoying it?
Yeah, I've been really enjoying it. And just the community of all the girls that are here is just great.
Marvelous. And how about the hotels? Have you been enjoying those as well?
Yeah, and I really like the snug in the middle of Galway, and just go right outside, and all the pubs are right there, and just in the city center.
So what's been your favorite part of the trip so far?
So my favorite trips have been the hikes, going off the path, and yeah, just exploring little things.
Marvelous. Which hike have you liked the most?
I think I prefer Rock of Cashel. So yeah, and I also really liked the old castle we saw today. No, yesterday. Yeah, the old castle we saw yesterday.
Oh, good. It's all melded
Yeah.
together, right? So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the Atomic Team, 10 being the highest, and why?
Yeah, no, they'd be a 10. They go the extra mile. They really do, yeah.
Marvelous. And how's the food been, and what's been your favorite meal so far?
I really like the venison pie from the castle dinner. That was really nice, yeah.
Marvelous. Is there anything else you would like to add? Any final thoughts?
No, don't think so.
Marvelous. Thank you. Yeah, keep it on. Just like that.
Yep. Yeah, having me spell my last name's fun.
Can you hear when I swallow?
I don't think I heard it,
Oh,
but I
thank
probably,
God. Oh, God.
I probably will if you do it again.
That's horrendous. I'll just put it down. No, I'll hold it. It looks prettier. You can only see my face, can't you?
No, I posed up to about your arms there, and then the window and
You're
stuff.
perfect. That's perfect.
Thought
That's
it
where
was nice.
that's where every woman wants to be posed from. Anything below is just trash.
Right. So for this, I mean, I know you like to look at the camera, but I am going to ask you just this once to look at me. Ignore this. This
Okay,
is a
you got
conversation
it.
between you and I.
Okay.
I know it sounds like I'm ignoring, or it looks like I'm ignoring you, but I'm actually listening
I
to
know.
you very intently.
I know you can hear me now.
Oh yeah.
You can't say that you aren't.
Okay, so for the camera, can I have you say your first and last name, and then spell it?
I look at it this time?
If you want to.
Okay. Ashley Cotty. It's ASHLEY COTTEY.
Perfect. Okay. Now it's going to be you and me. Here are a few questions we had. So, how has your experience been on the trip so far?
It's been excellent. I've had a great time. The tour guides are really nice, and everybody from Atomic Tours is super nice. Everybody is very friendly, and they're opening to answer questions even before we even booked with everything, and even before we gave any money. So every experience has been pretty good so far.
Wonderful. And, well, what's been your favorite part of the trip?
I definitely have to say the historic parts. I'm a big like history buff, and so although like walking tours have been really fun, they were walking too fast, but you know, that might just be a me thing. But definitely the historic things, the hotels have been really nice, and yeah, the people obviously. Everybody's been fantastic.
And like, what's been your favorite thing out of all the history stuff that you've learned so far then?
I loved the Blarney Stone, obviously. I mean, murder hole, of course. I really like when like Matt would stop us on like the bridges and tell us about what was going on in the area at a certain time in history, and like different buildings, like even in the building we're in right now. Like he gave us like historical facts, like even if we weren't asking for them, he made sure that we knew them, because I mean, it's just fantastic. But definitely the bigger things, but I think the castle we went to yesterday was probably my favorite. It was way more intimate. It was kind of a hike, but you know, it was a lot less crowded, and we were still able to learn a bunch while also getting those, you know, pictures that everybody loves so much.
Marvelous. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how would you rate the Atomic team and why?
The team, I would definitely say a 10. As you know, as I'm sure everyone's gonna say that. Like I said, everybody's been super nice. You guys have been very helpful. I mean, there's been store runs for us and helping before we even started the trip. And even like now, anytime we have an issue, like we've had a few people like, you know, go out for the count for the day, and you know, it wasn't a big deal, and they were just very supportive of everyone, which I appreciate, especially for most people this is their first international trip. And so it was nice to see that they could be supported not only by us, but by the people that were bringing us here, especially because, you know, we're supposed to trust in you guys a lot, and it wasn't hard to build that trust between you guys.
Can you tell me a little bit more about the hotels and the castle stay? How have they been?
Of course. I love the rooms. There was, you know, the bottle cap opener in one of the hotels, really weird, but I liked that they weren't like your typical, I mean, I don't even know if they call it inns here, but like they were more like rustic and more like ancient. Seems like a bad word to say for this, but we're gonna say it. But they seemed more realistic for the area. Like they weren't trying to modernize our trip. They made sure that, you know, we were getting the real experience of what people back then would have gotten. And it was just nice, and it was good to see everybody and being in the same place. Because I know some tour companies don't do that. They make you stay in different areas. It's really weird. But like you guys made sure we were together all the time, and that was really helpful with everybody's jitters with getting to know each other.
100%. How's the food been? What were some of your favorite meals?
Ooh, okay, so I'm a bad person to ask that. I don't eat meat, and so, well, some meat. Sticky toffee pudding at the first restaurant, I think it was delicious, by far. Favorite. And then we had one of the dinners at the Maldron Hotel. I got like the chicken Creole sandwich, which was delicious. And even like the stop that we did after we were, you know, soaking wet at the moors. We got the sandwiches. That was really good. That was probably my favorite meal that we had, you know, because it was warm. So warm sandwich was all I needed at that point. But yeah, the food's been really good. And, you know, even just the people that were helping us get food, and like Sabrina obviously has been very helpful with making sure we know exactly what we're supposed to be eating and everything like that. And all the options have been fantastic. It's not all, you know, fish and chips every night. So that's been helpful for me. But
Marvelous. Any last thoughts or remarks you would like to add in?
All I would say is, you know, depending on who watches this, I don't know who watches this, but bring extra clothes when you go out to certain outings, or maybe you guys can let people know to bring like an extra pair of pants or something. Because Cliffs of Moher were rough. Like I had to buy clothes at the Dunn store because I was so cold, but you know, that's obviously a part of the experience. We all knew it was going to happen, but also this is not a easy tour. Like there was a lot of walking, and you know, it's not, I mean, I would say it was definitely moderate to high like activity level, so maybe sliding that on in there a little bit more. But other than that, I mean, everything was fantastic. I had a great time, so can't complain too much.
Marvelous. Thank you, Ashley.
Lisa Miller, and it's Lisa and then Miller.
Perfect.
Yeah.
So how has your experience been on the trip so far?
My experience has been fabulous. I absolutely love it here. I've loved every place we've gone to, and a fantastic group of people.
Love it. And what's been your favorite part so far?
I would say the favorite part has been all the different locations we've gone to, the expertise of Matt and Sabrina and you as well, and the building of the relationships of the different women that are here. So that's been the best part.
Beautiful. Speaking of Matt and Sabrina, so we would like to know how would you rate the Atomic team from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, and why?
I would rate the Atomic team a 10, and why is because they have looked out for us. They've listened to what we are interested in doing and what we want to see, and very well prepared. I also went through a difficult situation when I was here where one of my pets died, and Sabrina was just wonderful. She came to my room, she talked with me, spent time with me, and helped me through that whole process, and gave me a hug, and I felt like it was the right decision to say, and it's been wonderful. But Sabrina's been fabulous. All of you have been.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
But actually, it was a wonderful moment. I'm glad that she could do that. I didn't hear about that. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that.
Yes.
That's a nice one. So to change gears a little bit, though, with your stays, like you were saying, how have the hotels in this castle been?
The hotels have been really lovely. I've enjoyed the hotels. The snug was kind of perfect because I'm a short person, so it felt like I could climb into the bed and be snug and safe and warm. The castle, staying here, is probably my favorite. Just the beauty of it, the food, actually, spending time with the women as well. We hung out in, I think, the drawing room last night, and then we had a slumber party where all of us ate a bunch of chocolate and sweets, and it was just a beautiful, beautiful scenery and experience here. Yeah.
Wonderful. And speaking of the food, how have the meals been, and what's been your favorite meal thus far?
The meals have been fabulous. I would have to say, it's a tough one. I would say actually the first night, I had the shepherd's pie, and I have to say this, the carrots and the vegetables here are fabulous. They taste just delicious, but the shepherd's pie has been my favorite meal so far.
Marvelous. And is there any final thoughts you have that you'd like to share?
I'm actually sad to be leaving. I mean, I want to go home and everything. I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to miss being so taken care of so well here and having this beautiful scenery. And I would love to come again or go on another tour with all of you.
Marvelous. And that's it.
Okay,
Just
good.
like that, Lisa.
Good.
Real easy, right? Between you and I, this camera isn't here right now.
Okay.
It's not real.
Okay.
It's just you and me. But if I could you could I have you say your first and last name and spell it?
Okay. Brianna Tan, Bryana. Last name Tan, Tan.
Perfect. So how has your experience been on the trip so far?
So far, really good. It's been pretty awesome. First time international in Europe in general, so really good experience.
Marvelous. And what's been your favorite part of the trip so far?
I mean, I feel like we've done so much. I guess probably the pub crawl in Dublin on day one. That was probably one of the top highlights.
For sure. Have you had any good drinks while you were there?
I mean, I had a Guinness, and then when we were in Cork, I had a Murphy's because I wanted to compare. You gotta try both, so I did that. But as far as drinks, there wasn't anything like, oh my gosh, I have to recreate this at home, so that type of thing. The drinks are fine, but I definitely wanted to have a Guinness in Dublin and then a Murphy's in Cork.
Okay, fair enough. And while we're on the topic, actually, how have the meals been, and what's been your favorite so far?
All of the meals have been pretty good.
maybe the first night, again, Dublin. I think so far that's been the best. I mean, all the days kind of run together, so it's hard to like differentiate between one day from the other, but overall, it's all been good.
Understandably so. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the Atomic team, 10 being the highest, and why?
10 for sure. They're very responsive. If you need something, they're there. They go above and beyond, I think. Like, it's been really great.
Marvelous. And would you be able to tell me about the hotels and the castles that you've been staying in? How's that been?
I would say all of the hotels except for the Riverwalk Inn. I didn't really like the lobby and everything was like really beautiful, and they had a wedding going on, and like, you know, that part of it was nice, but in the actual room, the beds were kind of like a little older, I would say. They kind of, you sit down and you kind of sink into it, and then you could literally hear the club outside the window, so there was no like soundproof. So in essence, I was like, well, I should have just gone to the club with them because I can hear everything that's going on in the club. So there was no like, it definitely was not quiet.
That's fair. But which place has been your favorite to stay in thus so far, and why is that?
I really liked the snug. It was really cute, and the way the bed was set up, and there wasn't like a lot of space like to open up everything and like get everything out. But the bed was really comfortable, and the headboard where you put your phone charger was like right there, so I thought that was really nice and convenient. And yeah, the bed was really comfortable, and I thought it was like really cute.
And do you have any final thoughts or anything you would like to add?
The castle has been really nice. It is a little hard sharing a room with someone that you don't really know, but I get that like we're a smaller group, so I get that was like necessary, and but overall I think it's been a really great experience, and I think the time frame has been a good amount of time, even though it's felt like go, 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 like as soon as you land, it's like we got stuff to do, and like the days are long and the nights are short, but I feel like overall it was a good amount of time spent here.
Well, that's it. Just like that.
Burp.